Time to shift gears. This is the ManShift Guide.
Welcome to the ManShift podcast, the space where men are rewriting the script on what it really means to evolve, grow, and lead in today's world. If you're new here, I'm Oren, the host, a student of life, a man committed to growth, and someone who believes that every man has a story worth learning from. This podcast exists because, let's be honest, manhood today looks nothing like it did 20, 30, 40 years ago. The rules changed. The world changed. And most of us weren't giving a guide. That's why this show is called The ManShift. Because being a man in the modern world isn't about being perfect. It's about shifting. Shifting your mindset, shifting your habits, shifting the old narratives we inherited, and shifting into someone better than you were yesterday. You know, I was thinking the other day about how many men grow up hearing the same phrases, man up, don't cry, handle it, and how many of us took that to heart, not realizing we were also shutting down parts of ourselves down. I created this podcast because I realized something. Men are hungry for real conversations. Conversations about success, the purpose, about pressure, about relationships, about failures, about bouncing back. This isn't a place for judgment. It's a place for honesty. It's a place where we talk about becoming stronger without being hard, becoming wise without becoming cold, and becoming successful without losing ourselves. Every week, I sit down with men from all walks of life, entrepreneurs, fathers, artists, athletes, leaders, everyday guys with extraordinary journeys, and we break down the real stories behind their success. Not the highlight reels, not the Instagram versions, the truth. We talk about the shifts that changed their lives, the moments they almost gave up, the sacrifices no one sees, the lessons that made them who they are, and the advice they wish they had years ago. The truth is, success leaves clues, and if you listen closely, you can hear the blueprint. Here's the wild thing. Nobody teaches men how to be men. Not really. We're expected to just figure it out by watching the world and hoping we're doing it right. But what if we stopped pretending? What if we started having real conversations about purpose, discipline, integrity, all of the things that actually build a man? That's why this podcast exists. Somewhere along the way, men were taught that strength means silence, but that's false. Real strength is knowing yourself. Real strength is facing your fears. Real strength is speaking the truth even when your voice shakes. The modern man is dealing with pressures no generation before has faced. Social pressure, financial pressure, the pressure to be everything at once, and the only way to survive it is to think differently, to grow differently, to lead differently. If you're waiting for the perfect moment to become the man you were meant to be, it's never coming. Your life doesn't change until you do. And that's what the ManShift is all about. At the end of the day, this podcast is about evolution. It's about taking responsibility of your life, not in a heavy way, but in an empowering way. Because every man, no matter where he's standing, has another level. And maybe, just maybe, the thing you're searching isn't a miracle. It's a shift. So if you're ready to grow, ready to challenge yourself, and ready to hear stories that make you think, laugh, and maybe even question everything you thought you knew about being a man, welcome. Make sure you hit the follow button, share this with a man you care about, and let's shift together.